So I'm here in sunny Macduff, a wonderful part of Aberdeenshire, stood down by the harbour, right at the centre of Macduff. It's part of the flourishing growth and regeneration of Macduff. And whilst Aberdeenshire is one of the most rural parts of the whole of Scotland by virtue of how we live across Aberdeenshire, the town centres across the Shire are really vital for us in terms of how we live and how we work and how things happen on a day-to-day basis. So as a council, we've made a decision to adopt a policy called Town Centre First.
We thought adopting a town centre first principle was a really important decision to make, to give our town centres an importance beyond just planning. It's places where we want people to come and visit, we want them to live there, we want them to work there, we want them to do their shopping there, obviously.
The Town Centre First principle gives me the chance to consider town centres in a much broader sense. Our area plans are set up to be master plans for the future, so that the decisions we take now support development and support growth for the future.
Clearly we are using town centres in a different way. The world around us is changing, the way we live, the way we work, the way we shop. It's all moving and changing. But even with that, town centres remain right at the heart and right at the centre of Aberdeenshire.
Aberdeenshire Council has thousands of employees across all our towns. They live there, they work there. We have offices in all our towns. It's really important that they understand the role that they can play in supporting our towns and town centres as employees, but also as places they want to live and visit themselves.
It's important to keep our assets within the town centre, to keep the footfall of both our employees and customers within the town centres to create vibrant communities. It also mitigates the negative impact that vacant and boarded up buildings have within town centres. Within Inverurie, our proposals are for the refurbishment of the town hall, along with a significant extension to the rear to accommodate employees from across the settlement and outlying areas. This will bring employees and customers right into the very heart of Inverurie itself.
Having the school in the centre of town brings a lot of benefits, particularly for local businesses and local traders. A lot of pupils at the academy go down the road for lunch, as we say, and that brings real benefits for local businesses, having that additional business, having that additional trade going on there, particularly bring local services closer to home. I think that's a real benefit for our town centres moving forward.
I think the important thing about the Town Centre First principle is that it makes officers think about any actions they're doing throughout the council, about how those actions will impact on a town centre and on the businesses in a town centre.
The introduction of the Town Centre First impact assessment focuses our mind on what additional benefits our regeneration projects can deliver over and above accommodation for those in housing need. When we have an opportunity to deliver a new build affordable housing site, we have to take many things into consideration. We are just about to take possession of a 12-unit development within Huntly Town Centre. This has been developed on a brownfield site that lay vacant and disused for a considerable number of years. Therefore, we looked at the opportunity. With the assistance of our professional colleagues, we came up with a scheme that was both financially viable and delivered the mix of affordable housing that the local community needs. Huntly is a challenging site in that its town centre location means that the site itself is quite tight to develop. However, the benefits of developing the site outweigh the challenges in these circumstances, and we're delighted to be able to proceed with the development and hopefully find 12 happy tenants to move in.
I think being head of service for our service delivers front line in our communities every single day. We're obviously very aware of the impact we can have. In rural areas such as Aberdeenshire, town centres are obviously vital to the economic and social well-being of the area, so it's only common sense for us to have a really good idea of what we're doing in our town centres and maximising the positives and minimising the impact, the negative impact.
In the past, sometimes we've just gone ahead doing the work of all our own individual departments and not really thinking about the wider impacts that will have on the community.
We deliver every single day, from picking up bins every week from every household in Aberdeenshire through to maintaining the roads, winter maintenance and delivering our landscape services. Direct day-to-day impacts on town centres, so we have to be very conscious of the impact that can have, and the Town Centre First initiative gives us that ability to focus in on that when we're developing new policies and procedures.
If we put a policy in place, we want to be able to make sure that it's working, that it brings benefit to the people of the area, and that we get value for money out of any investment we make on the back of those decisions. So that monitoring is really important. We can do lots and lots of work, and if we don't know it's been effective, then what is the point? So, and that's a critical part of any decision-making process. It's the policy, it's the implementation, but then the monitoring to make sure that it's actually doing what we want.
Every decision that we make as officers, and particularly through committees, has to have a formal assessment about whether the impact on the town centre is a positive or negative one. That keeps it at the forefront of our minds. It's really, really important that we do that.
I think the impact assessments have helped us focus on it. I think it's something we always did, but I think once we explained the principles behind it, and really it was business as usual for us in a way, that I think it's been adopted wholeheartedly by the teams.
The Centre First principle has impacted us because there certainly is a desire that we share across Aberdeenshire that our work in delivering affordable housing can also contribute towards the regeneration of our town centres.
The Town Centre First principles makes us think differently and think in the longer term as well as for the here and now.
All the decisions we make, we do as much as possible in consultation with all our residents, with our community groups, with our business partners and other community planning partners. So making these decisions on behalf of our communities to bring the best benefit for all of our communities is hugely important. And I think Aberdeenshire does that particularly well, and I hope we continue to do it into the future, because these decisions not only affect our communities but make them what they are.